Tragedy struck unexpectedly in the life of Dog the Bounty Hunter, shaking his family to its core. In what authorities are calling a heartbreaking accident, Dog's stepson, Gregory Zecca, accidentally shot and killed his own 13-year-old son, Anthony. The incident happened in their Naples, Florida apartment on a summer night in July, turning a routine evening into a nightmare no family should ever face. This devastating loss has left Dog, his wife Francie, and the entire family grieving deeply. Through a representative, they asked for privacy and prayers as they try to come to terms with the unthinkable. But behind the headlines and official statements is a family grappling with shock, sorrow, and the unimaginable pain of losing a young life too soon. This was no ordinary tragedy. It's a story about grief, unexpected loss, and the fragility of life, even in the midst of a famous and large blended family. And the full story goes far beyond the headlines. On the evening of July 19th, around 8 p.m., police were called to the Zecca family's apartment in Naples after reports of a shooting. What they found was a devastating scene. 13-year-old Anthony had been accidentally shot in the neck. The gun was discovered on the kitchen island, and officials quickly confirmed it was a tragic accident. Gregory Zecca, Anthony's father and Dog's stepson, was the one who fired the shot. Law enforcement described the incident as isolated, emphasizing that no arrests have been made while the investigation is ongoing. Authorities are conducting a thorough inquiry, gathering witness statements, performing forensic tests, and executing search warrants to piece together the full picture. This wasn't a case of violence or intent, it was a stepson. It was a freak accident that forever altered a family. But questions remain. How could this happen? What were the circumstances that led to such a heartbreaking mistake? As the investigation unfolds, the community watches and waits for answers while the family faces an unbearable reality. To understand the weight of this tragedy, it helps to know the family behind the headlines. Gregory Zecca is the son of Francie Chapman, who married Dwayne "Dog" Chapman in 2021. Both Dog and Francie lost their previous spouses, and they found comfort and strength in each other's shared grief. Gregory isn't just a family member, he's part of Dog's bounty hunting team, working alongside Dog's daughter, Lissa. The family is tight-knit but complex, blending past losses with new beginnings. Francie once described how their connection was built on mutual understanding during their toughest moments. She recalled how her son was initially shell-shocked when Dog entered their lives, but now calls him Grandpa Dog. This tragedy cuts deep, not just because of the loss itself, but because it's wrapped up in a family that has already faced so much heartbreak. Their story is a reminder of how fragile life can be, no matter the bonds that hold us together. The emotional toll on the Zecca family has been overwhelming. Gregory Zecca, devastated by the loss of his son, was placed on a psychiatric hold as friends and family feared he might harm himself. Sources say he is currently heavily sedated and unable to speak with loved ones or law enforcement. Dog and Francie have spoken through a representative, expressing their deep sorrow and asking for privacy during this incredibly painful time. Their public message highlights a family united in grief but struggling to navigate a tragedy that feels impossible to comprehend. Behind closed doors, they are facing the raw reality of a sudden loss, trying to hold together while processing the shock and heartbreak. It's a stark reminder that no amount of fame or strength can shield anyone from life's darkest moments. Dwayne "Dog" Chapman is no stranger to hardship. Over the years, he's built a large, blended family with 13 children and endured heartbreaking losses of his own. His late wife, Beth Chapman, passed away from throat cancer in 2019, a blow that shook the entire family. Dog's life has always been a complex mix of fame, family, and tragedy. Known for his tough but compassionate approach as a bounty hunter, he's also been open about his struggles and the pain he's endured behind the scenes. This latest tragedy adds another painful chapter to a life marked by resilience. As a father, stepfather, and public figure, Dog faces the difficult challenge of grieving while staying strong for his family and fans. Sadly, this tragedy isn't an isolated case. According to data from the CDC, hundreds of people, including many children, are killed each year by unintentional shootings across the United States. On average, over 500 deaths annually involve accidental gunfire, with thousands more injured. These incidents highlight the critical importance of firearm safety, especially in homes with children. The Zecca family's loss serves as a heartbreaking example of how quickly a moment's mistake can change lives forever. While public attention often focuses on high-profile cases, millions of families silently suffer the consequences of similar accidents every year, underscoring the urgent need for awareness, education, and preventive measures. The investigation into Anthony's tragic death is still underway. Law enforcement officials are carefully reviewing every detail, witness statements, forensic evidence, and the circumstances surrounding the shooting. So far, no arrests have been made, and authorities describe the incident as isolated and accidental. But the community and family alike await answers that could help bring closure. As this painful chapter continues to unfold, Dog and Francie's family remains under the spotlight, balancing public scrutiny with their need for healing and privacy. The questions left hanging remind us that sometimes the hardest part isn't what happened, it's what comes after. The tragic accidental shooting that tore through Dog the Bounty Hunter's family is a powerful reminder of life's unpredictability and fragility. Behind the fame and public image lies a family facing unimaginable grief, desperately seeking healing and privacy. This heartbreaking story sheds light on the real dangers of unintentional shootings and the ripple effects they have on families everywhere. It's a call to action for greater awareness, safety, and compassion. As the investigation continues, the hope remains that time, support, and understanding will help this family find some measure of peace amid the sorrow. In the end, it's a story not just about loss, but about the strength to endure when life's worst moments hit closest to home. That's all for this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Now Famous Feed. Your support is appreciated as always. See ya in the next one.